I cut my own hair. You can definitely tell. Hello there. This again. I'm going to be doing a Q&A today. I will do one Q&A and one Q&A only. I promise that when I run out of ideas, I'm not just going to shove them down your throat. One Q&A. Also, it's bloody hot and I've got a fan on, so background noise, again, deal with it. Okay, so I have my laptop and I'm going to be answering questions. I didn't think that many people would ask anything, to be honest, but they did. They really did. I got a lot of questions on Instagram, so I'm just going to be going through them, and you know the drill. Actually, I'm going to start with Twitter because I got a few on there and then we'll move on. Okay, so Hayley Plant X asked, what's your biggest aspiration in life? God, we're getting straight in there. My biggest aspiration in life, honestly, and this is going to sound really gay, I just want to be happy. That's it. So, I mean, whatever that involves. There's lots of things that I like and that do make me happy, but yeah, I don't know, just want to be happy, alright? Lord Crimson Fox asked, thoughts on Britain leaving the EU, also favourite band or musician at the moment? Those are two very different trains of thought. Thoughts on Britain leaving the EU? Yes, moving on. My favourite band and musician at the moment. Actually, okay, no. One of my favourite musicians anyway is, he's called James Vincent McMorrow. Love him, and he's just released a new single, which I can't stop listening to, so him. Brian J. Bartel asks, would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? 100 duck-sized horses for sure. You could just punt them away. Yeah, you could just punt them. I don't want to be fighting a giant duck. Are you joking? Hotaru_XO asks, do you have any other tattoos that you want to get, and would you be down to write something so I can get it tattooed, or even a design? Wow. In terms of tattoos that I want, yes. There's one definite one that is sort of like my next one in mind. I want to get the Even Star tattooed on my ankle. I'm not going to explain what that is. If you know, you know. So that's the one that I have in mind. There's lots of other little tattoos that I would quite like, but you know, nothing that I desperately am like, yeah, I want that, except for the Even Star. Also, my handwriting's not that great, so I don't know if you would want me to write something that you would get permanently engraved on your body. And again, with design, I'm not a designer. I would love to like be able to design my own tattoos, but I'm not that talented. Okay, so Raisin68 asks, how does it feel, oh, okay. How does it feel being able to finally move to London? P.S. Oh, I didn't want to read that. Cut that out. You don't need to know that. It feels great. It feels really good to finally be an independent person and do my own thing. Obviously, as you are well aware, it got off to a very rough start, but I think it's settling now, hopefully, and then I start university and then it's all just gonna go out the window. But so far, so good. Dalidza asks, I'm sorry if I say any of these wrong, I'm a human. What was it like working with Tom Odell? Well, you say working with. I mean, I guess technically, you know, yes I did. I only actually met him for about 5 minutes. And then we filmed something very quickly and I, in my own time, put it together and created something else. He's a lovely guy, he is. Yeah, there was plans to do a lot more, which didn't happen. But the team of the people that work with him and him himself, yeah, they were really lovely, and it was such a cool opportunity and a thing for me to do, and I probably won't ever happen, but I do hope that I get opportunities like that in the future, because that was wicked. Shayla Carey asks, how old are you and what are the top 3 places you would love to visit? I'm 20 years old and the top 3 places, okay, so top of the list is Japan, 100%. Then we've got, there's so many places I want to go, but top, we've got Japan, Italy, and New Zealand. I'm gonna go with those 3. But like I said, there's a ton. Toby2468 asks, would you ever consider a career path with photography or cinematography? I mean, sure. Those are things that I enjoy. I always thought I'd quite like, if the acting thing, you know, never works out, then I always thought I'd quite like to do directing. But again, that's not exactly, you know, like a solid career option that like, oh, if that doesn't work out, I've got something to fall back on. Because directing is just as hard to get into as acting is. But I think that would be quite cool. Or I would love to do soundtracks for movies. I think I'd be great at that. I mean, come on, if you watch my stuff, wouldn't I be good at that? So I guess, I don't know if that classifies as cinematography. Photography would be great. Again, it's quite hard to get into, so I don't see that anymore than a hobby. Mike L. Duval asks, do you ever plan on moving? I just got here. So, not for the moment, but sure. I don't know, I like London. It depends what happens with the whole EU conundrum, I suppose, you know, what happens to the state of our country. But nobody really knows. That's the point. So we'll see. Everywhere's fucked, basically. I mean, yeah. Pretty Space Dad asks, what are your top 5 favourite movies? Oh, no! That's hard. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna say Lord of the Rings as, like, a trilogy. That's just everyone. Big fan. Mr. Nobody is a movie that not a lot of people know of and that I will recommend to anyone ever that is into movies. I just think it's great. So Mr. Nobody, yeah, you've got the Lord of the Rings, 500 Days of Summer I love. There's lots of movies I enjoyed, lots of movies I like. It's hard to just sort of pick like my top. Okay, right, there's like some comedy classics that I will never get tired of. So Hot Rod, Nacho Libre. Okay, so Hot Rod, Nacho Libre, Lord of the Rings, Mr. Nobody, and let's pick another one. I mean, Her's a very good movie. I don't know if it's in my top. It's something that you should definitely watch. Yeah, let's go with that. Amrit Baines asks, what are some of your favourite makeup products and or brands? I'm very stingy when it comes to makeup. I don't know why. I'm very stingy when it comes to anything, but makeup is very expensive and that bothers me. So wherever possible, like I don't have any high-end makeup products. I would love to, but I mean I cannot justify spending that much money. I am trying to make the switch to completely 100% cruelty-free products in my life in general, so there's quite a lot of I mean I do like Rimmel London as a brand. They're definitely not cruelty free. I've just used them for years and they just make really good products. So a lot of my stuff is like Rimmel. I've got quite a lot of Lush makeup, but that's just because it's where I used to work in it. I'll get back to you on this one when I manage to find all of the products and replace all of my sort of favourites with cruelty-free alternatives. Then I will probably do a whole other like makeup video for those who care. Most like Lolita asks, have you ever been to the US? Would you ever plan to move here? P.S. You're my favourite person in the whole wide world. That's very cute, thank you. I have been to the US. I went 2 years ago to New York and LA for 8 days as a round trip. I did have plans to move to America. For those who've been following me for long enough, you will know. It just didn't work out. It was very expensive. Also, I mean, I was talking about, you know, being slightly concerned about the state of England, but you guys are, I mean, no offense, I think you know how fucked you are, but yeah, I probably wouldn't. No. If anything, Canada's, I think, the place to go. Okay, Verity Shaw asks, what are the top 3 favourite concerts you've been to and why? I haven't actually been to that many concerts, or as many as I would like to go to. But James Vincent McMorrow was fab. And then I went to a festival last year, which was good. I mean, I don't know if I would say... I saw Mumford & Sons, and they were fantastic, so that was really great. But yeah, not exactly in like concert form. Sorry. ChasingRainbows.x asks, what is my favourite book? Wow. I used to read a shit ton. I don't anymore. I just don't have time. I haven't for a very long time. However, I really like sort of supernatural, sci-fi, dystopian, fantasy, adventure sort of books. That genre is my favourite, I think. And I find that it's more easily accessible in like the young adult category. However, the writing and sort of the characters can be quite juvenile. They're very different in like age ranges, so it's quite hard to relate. But I love them, and I've read so many. But no, a series that I actually, it's like a young adult, I suppose, series, but it doesn't feel like it. It's written very well. Is called, I think the first one was called Half Bad. Half Bad, yeah. And it's I believe it's a trilogy. I think I've only read 2 of the books. I actually need to find out when the next one comes out. I've not been paying attention. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and it's actually written from the point of view of a male, which I find I can't ever really relate that well to, so I don't end up enjoying as much. But it's about witches, and that sounds dumb, but it's very cool. It's good. If you like that genre, then I would definitely recommend checking it out. I'm not sure who writes it. Let's find out. Half Bad by Sally Green. Check it out. Okay, TyCats34 asks, if you could master any musical instrument, what would it be? Master. I'd love to play the piano. It's just a beautiful instrument. If I could master any, banjo, 100%. Or like the mandolin or something, just like, but no, a banjo for sure. I think that'd be great. Kels Goes Blub asks, if you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? I quite like my name. I think as far as names go, it's a pretty alright one. And I love you too. J.Mortem asks, what are your favourite things from Lush? With some emoji. I'm on a desktop, so that's probably, I don't know what emoji that was, but it looks cool on here. My favourite things from Lush. I use a lot of Lush products. Now that I no longer work there, I mean, there are still some like absolute staples. So you've got Herbalism, which is a cleanser. I use that every morning and I love it. Vanillary perfume will always be my like top perfume. I don't think I will ever use anything else. Hair Custard from there as well is like a staple. And I use a Soak and Float shampoo bar because it's fab. Lily MCN asks, how did you meet Joe Roon? How did I meet Joe Roon? I met him on Vine, as one does, because Vine notoriously, and even to this day, is not as big as it is in the US. And then the people that were doing it here, I just didn't like at all, and I didn't like the content that they were making, and I didn't like the fact that it was very like stereotypically, I'm British and we drink tea, haha. There was a whole lot of politics that went into sort of the British Vine family that I just was so not interested in being a part of, no matter how hard they tried. But I think I stumbled upon Joe's account, and because he wasn't one of those people, and the content he was making was really funny, and he was British, then that was really great. So we started talking. God, we must have known each other for like 3 years now, pretty much since the beginning, a long time. And I only actually met him finally last December, so haven't known him, haven't have met him for that long. But he's great. He's my pal, and we got on very well. Ariel Andra 86 says, did you like to come to Latin America? I mean, are you offering? Sure. I want to see everywhere. I want to go everywhere and do all the things. I think everybody does. You'd be dumb not to want to. Sure. Ali Williams _ says, if you could meet your 10-year-old self, what would be the one thing you would tell them? Oh, this is deep. I would say that not everyone is going to like you, and that's okay. That's actually something that I have accepted fairly recently, and just honestly, the moment where I stopped caring if everybody liked me or cared about pleasing everybody, it was the most freeing thing, because once you can finally accept who you are and what you like and who you like and the people you like to surround yourself with, you don't need to worry about everybody else, because guaranteed they're not worrying about you, and it's not worth it. So that's what I would say. Thomas _ Booth.jpg asks, what are your top 3 favourite art Vine accounts? Brandon Allen. He's incredible. He's always been one of my favourites. It's hard. A lot of people don't really Vine anymore. Elizabeth Kamara asks, what is your favourite Vine account altogether? Altogether? Shit, man. Gabriel Gandaka. Like I said, a lot of people don't really post that much anymore, but he does, and he's just consistently brilliant. Carl's TZ, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, asks, favourite Kardashian/Jenner? I don't know. I don't follow. Ruby Heinonen, I'm sorry, asks, what is it like living in England? I dream of going there someday. By the way, you're a beautiful human and I'm inspired by you. Ah, it's so sweet. What's it like living in England? England's great. It's big. Madison W _14 _ asks, if you could speak any one language in the world fluently by snapping your fingers, what would it be? Japanese. Olodwig asks, fave song? Fave song? Oh, my favourite song of all time is September by Earth, Wind & Fire. But I like a lot of songs, but that one. Franz Movka asks, what is your single must-do suggestion for a Yankee in London for their first time as an in-age only adult? In-age. Don't know what that means. Single must-do suggestion for a Yankee in London. This one thing, you've got to do the tourist stuff. It's got to be done. There's lots of quirky little, underground things to do, and cafes to go to and places to see. But when I first came to London, we lived here for about 2 weeks, and it was amazing. And I just remember, all the things that I'd seen in movies and stuff like that, and actually seeing them in the flesh, like seeing a double-decker bus for the first time. Seeing, the red iconic double-decker bus for the first time, it was just amazing. I loved it. So doing the touristy things, go to Westminster Abbey, see Big Ben, see all of that. Yeah, that, Buckingham Palace, all of that. That was amazing for me when I first came here. Danielle Muse said, how do you make your hair wavy? Do you curl it, French braid it, or is it natural? My hair is naturally wavy, although some bits go curly and mad when they get wet, and it's quite frizzy. So no, what I do is I usually, after washing it, I'll dry it and then I'll French braid it overnight, and then sort of throughout the week before I wash it again, I will just braid it overnight. And it makes it really easy to manage. I barely have to do anything to it. What I'll do is I'll take it out and then I'll use like hair straighteners and just kind of like fix the little bits that go mad and like a little bit of my fringe, but that's like essentially it. So it makes my life very easy. Alien_creation_ asks, where do you normally shop for clothes? Primark. It's cheap, it's cheerful, they just do great stuff. I get a lot of clothes from Primark, but I love Topshop as well. Topshop is obviously just a little bit pricier. Zara is good. River Island, all the sort of like British high street stores are great, but just for value for money, Primark. George Velasquez _ asks, what inspires you to be so unique and creative with your vines? That's nice. Music, I would say. Music's a massive inspiration for me, and so a lot of the time I'll be listening to a song, and I'll hear a part of a song and I will instantly get a visual, or I'll just listen to a song and just really want to add my own visuals to it. So sometimes I'm inspired by the song, but sometimes I just want to create a piece of something incorporating the song. So yeah, music. M.Fishy asks, are you planning on going full-on vegan? I am. I want to. It's hard. Yes, is the answer. I'm getting there. Hermione Butterfield asks, what inspired you to do art vines? By the way, you inspired me to do art vines. That's lovely. What inspired me? Do you know what? I don't even know. I definitely didn't start, when I got Vine, it wasn't really a thing, and I didn't start doing sort of more artistic vines. I'm not sure what inspired me. I've always really liked, capturing moments. I've always really liked editing videos to music, even before Vine existed. I used to just film like my friends and then make little YouTube videos and do it all to music just so that we could have. I don't really know when it started or like the pivotal point. I think just what happened is I'm not funny, and I ran out of things to talk about and to like do. I never did like comedy vines, but like I just ran out of stuff. So I think, I don't know, I would just film scenery, and I've always listened to music constantly and just sort of put it to that, and then I guess I never got a funny idea ever again, so that kind of became my thing. Okay, that was it. That was a lot. Half an hour. Fucking hell. Okay. So yeah, I hope that that's cleared up some questions that you might have had about me. I try and respond to people as often as I can, if I feel like it needs it. I once got somebody left a comment saying, why do you only ever respond to the questions and never all the people complimenting you? Like, bitch, if I responded to every single compliment I got, I would never leave my house. No, so I don't know, I try and interact with you as much as possible. So yeah, I don't know, if you've got any questions, I'll do my best if I see it. I'm not going to drag this out like I usually do. Thank you for watching. Do what you want with your life, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.